Hey guys, I hope you're doing alright. Today's episode is about how dyslexics take in challenges differently, and something that really changed my life about a way to approach challenges that I really hope it would have the same effect on you. And by the way guys, I'm doing this like outside on top of a mountain with loads of monkeys on. So the audio quality may not be up to par with the other stuff, but I really feel it would be good value I'm sharing there, and I hope it's good enough. Anyway guys, if you like today's episode, please share, tell other people about it, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help get this podcast out to as many people as possible who need it. Anyway guys, enjoy today's episode. So the big question is this: how can dyslexics like us create a place, a community, a tribe where people at any stage of life can come and solve any challenge, amplify their strengths, and ultimately help them become who they were meant to be, or in other words, conquer their dyslexia? That is the question, and this show is the answer. My name's Theo Goff, and welcome to the Conquering Dyslexia podcast. Hello guys, I hope you're doing good and alright. Today I want to do a quick little video here, kind of to tell a little story and drop a little message that I know that was really valuable in my life, massively valuable in my life to understand, and I hope it had the same impact in yours. And I'm currently on top of this mini little mountain with loads of monkeys on, and I tried to make this video before, but they got very, very close and very handsy, and I didn't want to get my phone nicked. Anyway, they're gone now, which is all good. And this little message is like about how dyslexics take in or deal with challenges differently than suppose other people who didn't have to face as many challenges as like dyslexics have to face. And now this way of thinking, I didn't have it until I heard about this story about this guy called Jim Rohn, who I'm going to say about in a bit. But I didn't have this mindset, and once I understood this concept, I understood that, okay, this is how things work, and this is moving forward. This is so much better way of doing things. Everything became so much easier. It became so much less stressful. It's like, okay, all these different things I have to worry about, I don't have to worry about them anymore. It's like, okay, I can just worry about very few things that I had such control over, instead of worrying about all these different other elements that I have no control over. And it really freed my life and up so much. And basically what it was, so if you don't know Jim Rohn, he's like the OG personal development speaker. He mentored Tony Robbins when he was a young kid. And Tony Robbins is obviously like this big famous guy now doing his stuff. And what this guy, Jim Rohn, said in one of his talks, and Tony Robbins mentioned it over and over again. But I think the first time I saw it, when I saw it, was a video about Jim Rohn. By the way, guys, if you haven't, please search him up, listen to his videos, very good. And Jim Rohn was saying, look, like, you can either risk for things to be easier or risk for things to be better. He basically said, don't risk for things to be easier, risk for things to be better. No, risk for you to be better. Because like the only reason things are hard, because we're not good at doing those things. But if we, instead of like wishing, instead of dreaming, oh, we want things to be easier for us because we've got dyslexia, we want things to be easier for this or that, this or this or that. Instead of wanting that, want yourself to be better. Not that, oh, I wish I never had dyslexia, wish things became easy to me. No, that's wishing things to be easier. Risk that you could actually read and write better. Risk that you could actually deal with these challenges better. Risk that you weren't emotionally connected to these things as much. Risk it wouldn't affect you in these ways. And then when I say, actually, don't just wish it, like, oh, I hope. Actually try to work on it. Actually say, okay, this is possible for me to work on. And try and make actual steps to improving it. And once I realised, okay, just had that mind shift, instead of risking for things to be easier, like, oh, the school to be easy, the test to be easier, you mean more accommodations in my work, more this, more that, so things would be easier for me because I got dyslexia. It's for me to be better, and actually try and work on that. At the start, it was my confidence. At the start, it was not caring. At the start, it was like, okay, not having it affect my self-esteem, not having it affect my belief in myself. And then after that, I was like, okay, let's actually try to improve this thing. It was a massive challenge. But it's not like wishful thinking to you to be better by be able to read and write, count numbers, all that sense. But for you to be better, so it doesn't affect you as much. So you're still happy every single day. So you still do what your dream, so it doesn't limit you in any way, because there's all the different ways to deal with problems. You can work around the problem, you can try and solve the actual problem, or you can change the way you look at the problem. And now 95% of all challenges, well, I'd say about 95, maybe 80% of all challenges we're facing, our solution is a workaround, is an accommodation. If we tell a friend, we ask a friend for help, all these other things that we can use to have a workaround. So we're not actually fixing the problem, we're having a way to deal with the problem, maybe for now, and hopefully in a way we could deal with it in the future. But it's still a problem, and that's just the life we have to fix, the life we have to have. But once we realize, okay, we can get better at this, we can be better at finding more solutions, at finding better workarounds, at being more productive, and not letting this thing hold us back, that's going to help us tremendously in our lives. Because you have that mindset. Because I always, in my first book, my only book I've finished, Conquering Dyslexia, there's this big step, I think it was step 9 or whatever, the world, I say this thing very clearly, and a lot of people don't like it, but it's true. The world won't change for you. You have to change for the world. Because so many of us think, okay, we can be, especially if you grow up in an environment where, okay, you got dyslexia when you're young, this and that, and we can be conditioned with the mindset of thinking people should help us because we've got dyslexia. The world should help us. We should have accommodations because of dyslexia. And I agree with you, you should. But is it like that? Is the world like this way where it's all cozy and warm, and you don't have to struggle as much as you don't have to struggle like the dyslexics in the past, and you can just be on an even playing field with everyone else? No, that's not the world we live in. And if you're sitting there waiting for the world to be there one day, it will never come. You'll be wasting your time. And maybe maybe in time in the future, think that there will be better accommodation in the future. There will be, especially, cause in the more Western world, UK and America and those sort of places. I'm not very good at geography or this place, but they're a lot more advanced on special needs and dyslexia than other countries. For example, Thailand. I'm here now. Dyslexia isn't a massive part of the understandings of the culture, because they're not developed enough to understand that, to spend the time, the effort, the money, the resources on that on a countrywide basis. Maybe there's parts, but there's a lot of development going on, and 20% of the population are dyslexic, and that means 7 billion people. There's over 1 billion dyslexics out there, and most of them you have no clue what dyslexia is. So what I'm saying is, don't wait for the world to change. You have to change for the world. You have to try and adapt. You're trying to work for things to be better, work for you to be better, don't wait for things to change. And it's take responsibility. It's all your fault in a sense. And don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in an empowering way, and I mean that way that you can control things. And so that's my little message I want to give to you today, is about you. It's how dyslexics face challenges differently is by realizing, hold on, we wish for us to be better, not for things to be easier. And once we have that little mindset, it massively changed my life. And I really hope we start using it as a habit. So many of us are in a habit of wanting the world to be easy, of wanting the outside world to be easier. But will that really give us the life we want? If we change that to wanting us to be better, wanting us to be smarter, wanting us to be faster, then I really feel we can live a lot more fulfilled and happy life. Anyway, guys, I'll see you again soon. Take care, farewell, and bye.